Today on Beardo and Weirdo, we get into a long discussion about what it's like to be on tour with Metallica. Chris hosts a day at the Punk Rock Museum, and I have problems remembering Asian people.
And surprise, Craig's an asshole.
Today on Beardo and Weirdo.
Beardo and asshole.
Melbourne, Australia. It's me, comedian Craig Gass from Family Guy, King of Queens.
Craig, you already said. What are you doing? I am the face here. That's right. Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch. Now take it away.
Me and Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch are coming to town to do shows at the Comics Lounge on November 7th. And then the podcast we're taping on November 9th. Comics Lounge right before and after the Metallica shows.
That's right. 1/5 of what you've been asking for the last 10 years. Coming to see you in Melbourne, Australia at the Comics Lounge.
One Finger Death Punch is coming to Melbourne, Australia.
Not even the best finger.
Beardo and Weirdo. We are back. Summer is officially over. Baseball playoffs have been happening. And it's time to move on to wintertime. And you're about to go back to your full-time job here in a few months.
I am pretty excited about it.
Going back to Five Finger Death Punch. Is it weird being a part-time rock star, like in the in-between tours?
No, it's a welcome respite.
Yeah? Because I know you said that Five Finger Death Punch, you have like a massive tour. What is typically your breaks going to be? Like, do you get a couple weeks usually in between legs or?
Well, Craig.
Yeah.
I play bass. I will find out the day before the shows, probably.
But what has it been in the past, typically?
Well, as far as like how long
the schedule, like, do you guys do like a couple months on and then a month off, or?
It's all over the place. I mean, this year we did 6 shows.
Right.
The year before, it feels like it's about 5 weeks on, and then who knows, off. But next year, I know that we just signed a new contract for a certain number of shows, and we have a lot of shows that we're contractually obligated for, and excited looking for. It should be a very busy year for us next year.
That you're contractually obligated for?
Obligated, yeah. Yep. I'm thinking about that flight coming up there, Craig.
Yeah, you got to get out of here soon and head over to the airport. And you're flying to Aftershock? Is that where
Aftershock this weekend, yeah.
Who's performing in Aftershock?
I'm super excited about a couple of smaller bands that have regrouped and are performing and coming back out to Aftershock. I'm going to see Chimera on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Cleveland. Spine Shank is also on Sunday. Demon Hunter is at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
You love Demon Hunter?
Yeah, big fan. And I get to see Korn tomorrow night. So, nice. Yeah, those guys are always, I mean, my God, every show that they play is just so much fun.
Dude, Korn.
I realize how many damn songs they have.
Yeah.
When they have so many songs, they have to do medleys to fit the songs, all the hits that they have in there. That's incredible.
Korn's one of my all-time favorite live bands. I love them, man. And I mean, it's like across the spectrum, like Billy Joel, Korn, Beastie Boys. I'm all over the place, but Korn is definitely my top 3.
Billy Joel, you say?
Billy Joel. Hey, dude, I've been getting some messages from some people about that asshole moment that I had with Billy Joel saying some guy in Australia said something about, he's like, now every time I see anybody named Billy, I go, hey, Billy. And I'm like, I don't know if anybody in Australia gets that, but
we're going Australian viral.
Yeah. If one guy in Australia is viral. But, dude, when you did the Metallica tours, where you're only performing once a week and it's in a stadium.
We were doing shows in between that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were doing shows with Metallica on Sunday, and then we put together a tour with us, Marilyn Manson, and the Funeral Portrait. So we were filling in dates because Metallica, they can afford to play 2 days, and that's it.
And that's it.
Yep.
Just hang out.
Not us.
Which, by the way, guys who work for Metallica, they're on the road, like whatever it is, like a couple months, whatever. But what they do is they set up, they start setting up on a Monday. I know that some of our friends don't even get in the building until Wednesday or Thursday, but they're in town all week. They got all those days off. And then they got to start, some of them got to start doing their job on Wednesday. Like lighting guys have to start setting up their cues on Wednesday. And Thursday, production starts coming in, staging starts coming in. And then they got the show on Friday. Don't have to do a breakdown. Leave all the stage up for Saturday for a whole day, and then they get a day off in between. And then Sunday, it's not only has Metallica worked their way up to having a relaxing gig, their entire road crew that have been with them for decades has worked their way up. I mean, there's some newer people that have come into the organization, but some of their core guys that have been with them for decades are now getting this lax gig where they're staying in 5-star hotels and only working 2 nights a week. Oh, I mean, that's crazy.
You mean to tell me Metallica's crew doesn't have to do comedy to make ends meet in between shows?
I do know a roadie for Guns N' Roses that's trying to do stand-up.
Oh, nice.
He's Axl's guy, his assistant that's always with him on stage. And I know he's been doing stand-up. I don't know if it's weird. I hear this a lot. Difference between you, Chris Kael, and most people who I know who are interested in comedy is that you're actually doing it. And you not only jump into it, you do what you have to do. It's what Theo Von did when Theo Von was a reality TV show star on MTV 20 years ago. He started going to comedy clubs and just going to shitty open mics and just working it out and trying to figure out his material one awful show at a time to like get through that stuff. And, you know, you get like little nuggets of stuff that starts coming together here and there and you start figuring it out, but you're actually doing it. But I know a lot of other people who won't even put in the time to do that. But
when we were in Texas this past year with Five Finger Death Punch, I did a couple of open mics. Like I would be out there playing with Metallica one night and then going to do an open mic.
Oh yeah.
It was challenging.
Yeah.
I love the ones here in Vegas because I know a lot of the comics around town and whatnot. And you get some people traveling through that wanted to come into Wise Guys and do, you know, just perform at Wise Guys. But man, some of those open mics out on the road, woo!
That's what they're supposed to be, man. You're supposed to, if you want, I mean, comedy.
Brody Stevens, I get it now.
If you want to make it in stand-up comedy, you got to go out and just eat shit. But in my opinion, if you love it, if you really, really love it, it's all fun. It is like every aspect, like hanging out with all the other open micers, going through the same shitty experience. Like we're all in the trenches together. We're all experiencing this horrible audience of 2-3 people who don't even give a shit. Like they're trying to watch a game on TV, and then we're interrupting their game watching by trying to do stand-up comedy in the corner of the bar.
The sound of licking fingers from the chicken wings are louder than the laughter coming out of there. Yeah.
When you go and you do your early shows and you do gigs where they go, tonight, comedy with Craig Gass, and then in giant letters, 25-cent hot wings. It's like the headliners.
Corona Ritas.
Oh, dude. I know I told you about this. And make a note so I can send this to you, Alex. I did a show one night. It was in Yakima, Washington. And I get to the venue, and there's a marquee. My name is on the marquee, but it says on the marquee, in quotation marks, comedy with Craig Gass.
So they seen your act.
Yeah. Tonight.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah. That's more apropos for my set.
Allegedly comedy tonight.
Storytelling with some punch-ups.
The thing that I find really interesting is how successful people like Metallica are very, in my opinion, I have found Chappelle and Metallica super successful people to be very approachable.
Very much so.
And very easygoing.
Yeah, I have long said that people say not to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Meet Metallica.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome. Yeah. Very warm, very welcoming. They hosted like this little dinner the very first night of the tour, kind of like a welcome to the tour thing.
No shit.
Yeah. Had a card signed by them. So even those little small details, the amount of details in this massive production that they have, it amazes me how on top of things they are.
Man, I remember that happening in New York. I was at the Big Four show at Yankee Stadium, Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax. And after the show, someone told me like, oh, are you going to dinner? And I was like, yeah, where's dinner? And like, oh, we're having dinner, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out it was Metallica had rented out a restaurant.
Yep, that's what they did for us as well.
In Manhattan.
Yeah.
And you walked in.
It was in Manhattan too.
And 4 of the original thrash bands, Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, and Megadeth, are all just hanging out in this restaurant, just walking around, everything, you know, appetizers, all kinds of people coming around with catering and stuff. And it was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And the guys at Metallica showed up. Guys at Metallica came down and their crew was there. Yeah, it's bananas, man. That show, and we've seen videos of it. Let's bring up there's some videos I still haven't shown you when I saw them in Tampa. And we're going to go see them in Australia.
Yes.
And
Pop ahead.
I love how relaxed he is. Just
well, with me on his guitar there, I get it. He's feeling it.
Is this Orion?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Orion, the instrumental. Yeah.
See me on my guitar there, Craig?
Yeah. Look how relaxed he is. 70,000 people all around him. And then here comes the heavy. I feel like Trujillo really breathes life into the band, man. Trujillo's got so much energy.
Yeah, he's definitely got that Southern California surfer vibe, just running all over the place. I love when him and Kirk Hammett do that little instrumental thing.
Oh, yeah.
They'll pick a song from a band wherever that city is. So like when they played Seattle, they'll play a band from Seattle. And it's some pretty obscure stuff sometimes.
Yeah, it's just the song continuing. I just love watching all four of them jam. But yeah, they will, in every city, something that's a local reference, they'll start playing that. I saw them once. Oh, man, it's somewhere on my phone. I have video of seeing them at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, and they started playing Running with the Devil.
Oh, nice.
By Van Halen.
That's fun.
And Hetfield actually tried to do the vocal on it, tried to do the David Lee Roth. He was like, yeah! Oh.
Singing Motley Crue might have been a little easier than trying to do David Lee Roth from Van Halen.
Yeah. Oh. You know what? And what's crazy about it is even though they have this stage, it's like this big thing that takes up the entire stadium, they still have pyro. That track 3, this video. Yeah. And the whole stadium lights up.
Not only on stage, but every single person in that crowd lit up the entire time.
Oh, man, the energy. Like, do you feel like Five Finger Death Punch, obviously, is a huge band. Mm-hmm. When you're doing these stadium shows?
A little too quick and too confidently on that one. Tell me more about that, Craig.
Do you find
I haven't thought about that at all.
When you're on stage doing these shows in Metallica, that you feel like there's a lot of Metallica fans in front of you? Or do you feel like there's a good representation?
You know, I don't know if I've told this story. Have I told you about when we played with Metallica for the first time?
No.
In Europe?
No.
Here we go. This is a good story.
All right.
So when we were in Europe, we played with Metallica for 3 different shows over there. And it was the first time that we'd ever played with Metallica.
Okay.
It was a couple of festivals. I think all 3 were festivals, and I forget what cities they were in. But I'm up there playing. The very first show, it very much felt like us and Metallica.
Right.
We were nervous, but we crushed. It was still pretty good.
Right.
But the nerves were there.
It's Metallica.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a dream come true. You know, I grew up listening to Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and I wear my bass super far down on my knee because of Hetfield.
Really?
Yeah. It looks cool, man. Yeah. It looks cool. So, yeah. So,
Riz.
Yeah, exactly. Riz as AF. Yeah. So the first night it felt like us and Metallica. There were some nerves. The second time we got out there, that crowd could have been ours. It was like, woo!
Really?
The crowd was going crazy. We were crushing. Wow. I feel like it was in Prague, but I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
But it was incredible. Just like, oh, this is great energy. And I'm playing, and then I look over my shoulder, and I see a guy who looks like Hetfield. I'm like, oh, it must be like, you know, his brother or maybe an uncle or somebody over there. And he was just like watching and like super into it, had this look on his face. I was like, yeah, he's going to go tell James about this. I'm excited. He's going to tell him Death Punch is out here killing it. Yes, I'm excited. Papa Head's going to know about me. Yeah. And I walked over. I said hi to him. I go back out, continue crushing. I get off stage super happy about, oh, yeah, man, James is going to hear about this.
Yeah.
James, this is awesome. I'm super excited. My hero is going to be aware of me now. And of course, Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
This is my podcast right now. Yeah. So, y'all get your own. You can tell your own stories. And I got online, you know, flipping through, and I saw my buddy Frank Carter from Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. He had just posted a picture of him and Hetfield. It was Hetfield out there watching our show.
No way.
And it just did not register to me.
Like, look at this
James Hetfield.
Look at this Hetfield looking guy.
Damn about us enough to be out there, and just like his face when he was watching, he was just, and he's such a fan of hard rock and heavy metal. So I've seen him at shows, watching AC/DC. Yeah. Just, he's a big fan and just like wears it on his face. And if something's good, you're going to know just by his reaction to it. And I see that picture. I'm like, oh, wow, that was James, like right there in my world, like where my bases are. I go over there to get my water. He was sitting right there watching the whole time. And it just didn't make sense to me. Like the young kid in me still couldn't process the fact because it was fact of James Hetfield of Metallica watching Five Finger Death Punch perform on stage. And I'm glad, honestly, that I didn't realize it was him, because I probably would have totally fanboyed and be like, oh my God, oh my God. But I was like,
what you're doing.
I was like, oh, his uncle's going to go tell him about this.
I'm the same way. I say this all the time about stand-up comedy. I can't know that somebody cool is in the audience before I go on stage. I'd rather find out about it afterwards. Like, oh, they're here?
Yeah.
Well, I think they'll want to say hello to me, you know? But if I know they're in the crowd, I'll just overthink it, and it'll always hit me right before I walk on stage that I am not only not funny, I've never been funny in my life. I don't know why I'm here. And I don't,
like when Roger Waters is watching you?
Oh, yeah, Roger Waters, which, look at the John Dolmayan episode from System of a Down. I bombed in front of Roger Waters, and it just so happened that Chavo and John Dolmayan were in the room when it happened. It's a long backstory, but just find the John Dolmayan episode, System of a Down, that we did. But I've heard people theorize, and I think this is interesting. The people who are successful are easier to approach because they've got it, and they're always being told they've got it. And you get told so much that you're great that you just go, well, what about you? What are you up to? What are you doing? And the people who think they should be more famous are the real, like the ones who have some success, but not all the success they think they should have.
Right.
Those are the ones who are the most difficult to deal with. I've heard that theory before.
And I'm very lucky, like being in Five Finger Death Punch, because we've been out on the road touring for years. And, you know, you hear stories about some difficult personalities. But I don't think that we get that too much. We don't never on the receiving end of any of that stuff, because we're very approachable. Yep. Very, family. When we bring bands out on the road, bring all your production. We want you to get up there and shine. We're not that's like rare. If you got pyro, bring pyro. If you got props, whatnot, bring all that stuff. Because if you go out there and blow us away, that's on us.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, because I'm a comedian who does impressions. Sometimes comedians will come up to me that are going to open for me, and they'll go, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. I do impressions. Is it okay? And I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And they're like, well, I also do some of the same impressions you do. And I'm like, fucking tear it up. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like whatever you do. I mean, if I watch you and I go, oh man, this guy's good, you're just going to make me want to be better.
Absolutely.
So, whatever, man.
And, with us having everybody come out with their own production and whatnot, we want to put on the biggest, best show from top to bottom.
Yep.
That way, if you miss the show, everyone's going to be talking about that show, saying you should have gone to that show. And then the next time that we roll through town, even more packed than it was the time before. So It just makes sense I don't get the whole posturing and, you guys are playing at 10% and you're not going to have any lights. You get this lights, but I don't get any of that stuff. It's rock and roll. This is fan based, fan driven. Let's do it for the fans. It's very important for us to rising tides lift all ships. Let's get everybody out there and crush for the fans every single time.
I'm going to say something that's going to potentially be a problem for us in a few weeks.
Okay.
Because it happened in Melbourne, and I'm going to identify the city, and I'm going to identify the name of the guy, because the guy's name is so perfect for this story. The first time I went to Melbourne, you and I are performing in Melbourne in November 6th. We're doing shows at the Comics Lounge out there in Melbourne, Australia. First time in Melbourne, I just bounced around, open mic. Hey, what's the scene like? What are the good clubs to go to? It was the first time I also performed at the Comics Lounge, where something crazy happened.
Oh, nice.
That at the Comics Lounge, where I was at an open mic at the beginning of the week, and I some great comedians, and this one really angry Asian guy that I was like, dude, you are hilarious, man. Are you doing any shows on Sunday? And he's like, no. Like, you want to open for me on Sunday? He's like, yeah. Oh my God, that'd be great. And I was like, cool, man. Hey, you like Metallica? And he goes, do I like Metallica? And I go, yeah. And he goes, I love Metallica. And I go, all right, you want to hang out with them on Saturday? On Sunday before the comedy show. And he goes,
oh, you were going to a rock show before you did comedy?
Yes, that's the problem.
I see where this is going.
Well, that's not even the story I'm going to tell you, but
okay.
But that was a problem, because Metallica, they were doing a show, and so I brought this comedian with me, and then and introduced him to some of the guys in Metallica, and then Lamb of God was opening the show, and then it's getting close to showtime, and this other comedian's like, hey, our show's starting in about 45 minutes. We should probably get out of here.
Yeah.
And I go, oh man, 45 minutes is okay. I go, how far is the club from here? And he's like, it's a 25-minute drive. And I go, let's just stick around. We'll just watch a little bit. And he goes, yeah, but we should go. And I go, dude, you know what you want to do? We want to walk with Metallica to the stage. that's an experience.
Uh-huh.
You want to be a part of that. And he's like,
And besides, they're going to wait for us anyway.
yeah. And I go, yeah, man, we're going to, and he goes, man, I don't know. And, but the band is not hitting the stage for another 20, 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh man, I think that'll cut it too tight. And I go, no, but I go, dude, you ever walked on stage and come on, we're going to do the walk. And so I convince him to stick around, and the band starts to do the walk, and we walk with him to the stage and watch him go on stage. And it's like, oh my God, and the crowd goes nuts. So you kind of feel that by being around them, like walking to the stage.
Yeah.
And now the comedian's like, all right, you want to go? And I go, dude, second song is Fuel. Let's watch second song. And he's like, oh man, we really should go. And he goes, hey, the manager's texting me. And I go, tell him we're in traffic. And he
Nice.
goes, oh man.
Is this the Comics Lounge?
Comics Lounge. Yeah. So, so anyways, we end up getting in the car. I forget about the fact that we actually have to leave the building and walk towards the car too. I didn't figure out that. And we end up super late at Comics Lounge.
At a stadium show.
At a stadium show. And
with no parking pass.
And we walk out, get in the car, go to the comedy club, and the owner of the Comics Lounge was furious.
Yeah.
He said, get in my office. And the host was still on stage, who is now doing, the host is supposed to do 10 minutes. The host is at least 30, 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
And we get in the office. And then he still hands me my money. Mm-hmm. And he goes, yes, I got it. And I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, dude, we had traffic. I'm pathetic. And I got me and the dude in trouble.
But
anyways.
Hey man, you get to walk out with Metallica though. I know how special that is.
10 years later, I get to go back to Melbourne to perform in an arena with
Russell
Peters.
Yeah.
And I call up the Comics Lounge and I go, hey guys, I don't know if you remember me. Like, we remember you. And I go, yeah, Craig Gass here. I'm coming to town to do a show at an arena. I would love to have you be my guest.
Oh, nice.
And can I get you guys like,
paying it forward, man.
We love Russell. And I go, oh man, well, Russell loves.
We love you, Craig.
We love Russell.
Yeah, we'll get free tickets to go see Russell Peters.
So I invite them to the show. I get them great seats. I get them backstage.
Nice.
And then Russell's very, Russell. He's very like generous and engaging with everybody.
Metal fan as well.
And huge Kiss fan. And at some point, I'm talking to the guys from the Comics Lounge, and I go, man, who was that angry Asian guy that I got in so much trouble back then? And they said, Ronnie Chang? And I go, no, the Asian guy, the angry Chinese guy. And they go, yeah, Ronnie Chang. And I go, no, the Asian guy that was in Melbourne. And they go, Ronnie Chang. And I go,
gosh,
that was Ronnie Chang? And they go, yeah. And I was like,
you had management for Comics Lounge getting angry at Ronnie Chang because you wanted to watch Fuel.
And here's the crazy thing. They say that to me, and like, when they said that to me, not even a month ago, maybe 2 months ago from that moment, I was at Stand Up New York in New York City, and they're like, hey, Ronnie Chang's here. He's going to do something. I was like, oh, I love that guy. That guy's hilarious. And I watched him do a set, and I was like, wow, that guy's good. I'm not going to bother him. I'll just walk out of here. I could have just, if I had no memory that was the same guy that I saw in Melbourne. I was like, everybody referred to him as the angry Chinese guy in Melbourne. And
but he's from Singapore.
He's from Singapore.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah. But
racist American comics.
Yeah. Well, even Trevor Noah has a whole thing about Ronnie Chang being called the angry Chinese guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And I had no idea. But that is not the story I wanted to tell you. The story I wanted to tell you is that when we talk about, rising tides lift all boats, and like, hey man, you do put on the best show you can, and that I relate to what you're saying because I have people come up to me and go, hey, I'm a comedian who does impressions. I'm like, do impressions. I do some of the same ones. Go do whatever. And I'm in Melbourne it wasn't an open mic. It was a show. It was a paid show. And someone said, oh, this guy's an American. And he's, he does stuff on TV. So they let me be a part of the show. And this guy walks up to me and says, are you Craig? And I said, yeah. He had an Australian accent. And he goes, are you Craig?
Hold on. You do voices and you're jumping right past this Australian accent?
Well, because it was also, and I don't give away too much of the joke to say what else, but he says, hey, I just want to make sure I do these voices. And I go, all right, cool, man. And he's like, but if I do these voices, I don't want you to do those voices. And I go, oh man, no, do whatever you want. And he's like, but I'm saying, he's like, so I've seen video of you and you do a good whatever. You do a good Al Pacino, you do Christopher Walken. I'm like, yeah, but whatever, man. You go do your thing. And he's like, but I want to make sure. And he really wanted to break down, I'll take this one, you take this one, I'll take this one, you take this one. And his name was Anil. His name was Anil. A-N-I-L.
Okay.
I think he pronounced it Anil or something, but his name was Anil. And a guy named Anil came up to me and was
very anal retentive about it.
Super anal about like, you do Christopher Walken, I'll do Al Pacino, you do. And I was like, dude, just do your set. I don't care. I mean, I'm sure we have different approaches to whatever we're doing. I really don't give a shit, but.
What an asshole. I was sitting waiting on that one.
He was Anil was a Indian kid who lived in Australia, and that's why it was like an Australian accent, but also an Indian accent. I can't remember exactly, but it is possible. I mean, dude, that is over 10 years ago. It's possible we might run into Anil.
I mean,
you're hoping to run into Anil when you get to.
That's right. November 6th?
I think it's November 6th.
Yeah.
Go to getgas.com. Getgas with 2 S's.com. Dates.
I am super excited about that show because I was listening to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And he was talking, he name dropped the Comics Lounge. I was like, Comics Lounge in Melbourne. Wait, we're playing there.
We're going.
And he was super excited about it. And there's another one that I have made fun of you because I didn't realize how great the club was. Soul Joel.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about how great that place is. And like, it's a wonderful vibe. So
the guy who runs it not only does a great job running the club, he's not only a big comedy fan, he also, through the pandemic, was a rare regular show because he found a spot outside of Philadelphia that was just in the middle of nowhere. It was next to some train tracks. And it was just a grassy knoll, and he just would he would just bring your beach chairs or rent a folding chair from us for $5, and it just he kept doing. I mean, comics from everywhere started coming down. There was one night I went there, and there was a rumor that Louis C.K. was going to show up, and sure enough, Louis C.K. showed up with Joe. Oh, what's that guy's name?
List.
Joe List.
Yep.
Joe List and Louis K showed up in a car. They drove down from New York just to get some stage time.
Nice.
In the middle of 2020.
Yeah. So New York was completely shut down.
Oh yeah, New York. Oh yeah, New York. I mean, everywhere was pretty shut down. They started doing the outdoor shows and the drive-in movie theater shows. And,
did you get to do any of those drive-in shows?
I didn't do any drive-in shows, but Jim Florentine had the best line about that, about how the way the crowd is supposed to respond is you're supposed to honk your horn if you're laughing. Like, and he goes, there's nothing worse than like telling a joke that you're really proud of and you hear silence followed by one. That would be incredibly.
Or if you're telling a particular joke that may be a little questionable and all of a sudden you hear, like, ooh, that might have been a little much.
And then there was something with the flashing of the lights was supposed to be something or like applause for the flashing of lights. And I definitely did some outdoor shows. I did. You know what I did? Did a lot of Central Park shows. They were doing shows where they would just, in certain areas of Central Park, they would just show up with a Mr. Microphone, tiny little speaker. Like, hey, everybody, we're going to do a stand-up comedy show here sponsored by Stand Up New York. And it's a free show. But if you want to send a tip to the comedians, here's a QR code, and they would split it up with the comics. Nice. And I would do shows around Central Park. There was one down in Battery Park. Yeah, man, I forgot about that. But yeah, before we get off this Metallica thing, I do want to show you the fourth clip that I have. I'm fascinated with Lars Ulrich. Do you notice how much he plays with his tongue hanging out?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Because I captured a moment here. This is in the middle of Fuel. It's right when the drums break down here. Keep an eye on Lars's face. And I love when someone is so into what they're doing that they make an ugly face. There you go. Boom. Yeah. He looks coked out of his mind. But obviously, it's just the way he plays. Dude, why are you saying that I'm fucking coked out of my mind? That's the problem. That's why I haven't called you in a couple years. It's because you keep telling people I'm on coke.
And another thing about...
Oh my God, that was a big lick of his lips. Dude, I'm fucking...
He's feeling it.
Yeah, he is. Oh! Yeah! What were you saying, Chris?
One thing that I also admire about Metallica, again, they are on top of their game.
Yes.
Playing stadiums. They don't need to bring out anybody on these stadiums to fill these stadium shows.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys still will rehearse 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Will play back in the jam room for 2 hours before they go on stage getting warmed up.
Yep.
And then do a 2.5 hour Metallica show.
Yep.
So they're up there playing for 4.5 hours between warm-ups, between getting on stage. Not me. My warm-up.
What's your warm-up?
There was one time Andy James, our guitarist from Five Finger Death Punch, spends hours upon hours just back there shredding the whole time.
I noticed a lot of guitarists will do that. A lot of guitarists will just sit with their guitars and just for hours.
And I don't think I've ever heard Andy hit a bad note.
Really?
Ever. I mean, the dude is incredible.
Wow.
So he's back there warming up. I walk up to the stage. He's still playing. I go, hold on, Andy, I got to warm up. Boom. I'm good. Let's go.
You know what? I got 2 Chris Kael videos when I saw you open up for them in Minneapolis.
Nice.
Let's get some of those Chris Kael videos. Yeah. This is the guy who warms up with a little...
See, listen to Andy. That's why he's got to warm up.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlie up there.
Oh, it's from my Instagram. I said my comedian buddy, Chris Kael, actually has a second job. Damn, dude. I mean, this takes some getting used to, right? Standing in the middle of a stadium and people all 360 around you.
Yeah, something else that was fun about that, too, is like with Five Finger Death Punch, we've been headlining for a while now and have our own crowd. When you're going to open up for Metallica, their fans very Metallica focused.
Right.
So a lot will be judging you the moment you walk out there. There's so many times I would see like the battle vests and the smug faces like,
really?
What are these guys going to do?
And you got to win them over.
By the third song, they were all going crazy, singing along, going in the pit. It was so much fun. And what an incredible challenge after all these years to get up there and be playing with Metallica and really have to turn that fire back on. I mean, we're out there crushing it every single night, but going out there in front of new people, being able to expand that audience, we really wanted to like elevate even more than what we already were. And Metallica and their fans gave us that opportunity to get up there. And,
you know, we're at a place now in music where Kiss has retired from, like, they're going to perform, and I'm going to do the shows with them in November here in Las Vegas for Kiss Cruise on Land, but they're not going to do it with the makeup. They're not going to do the full production. And
the Lick It Up version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Lick It Up version of Kiss. And I want you
with Vinnie Vincent?
Oh, that would be amazing if they brought Vinnie. Vinnie Vincent is absolutely responsible for 2 of my favorite Kiss songs of all time.
Which 2 are those?
All Hell's Breaking Loose and Unholy. Oh my God, I love that song, Unholy.
Nice. Yeah.
Which is why I did I ever tell you the John 5 thing that got him upset? John 5 had a he goes, John 5, I ran into him in I want to say it was Tacoma. He was doing like some guitar thing at the Tacoma Dome. And he goes, hey, man, I have a website that I want you to be a part of. It's an Instagram page called Nights in Satan's Service.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's a whole page dedicated to Kiss. And what I do, and I'm sorry?
And all their merch and whatnot, yeah.
Well, apparently at this time of the Instagram page history, he was doing questions with his fellow rock stars, and he would say, Kiss question of the week.
Okay.
And it would be a musician going, hey, man, you know, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater, and my favorite Kiss album is blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And so he said, would you mind doing one of these videos? I already knew about the page, so I tried to be cool about it. Like, oh, what's it called? Yeah, I'll do that for you. And I was like, in my mind, I was going, holy shit, he's asking me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, the Kiss question of the week is, what is your favorite song by Kiss? And I go, oh, that's easy. All right, you want to do it right now? Okay, are you rolling? Okay, ready? And hey, what's up? This is comedian Craig Gass. You might want to Google that. My favorite all-time song by Kiss is actually a tie. It's 2 songs, Unholy and All Hell's Breaking Loose. Mm-hmm. Both of them, coincidentally, written by the same person, Vinnie Vincent, which is why I now own a long line of women's leisure suits. And he goes, oh, no, you can't do that. And I go, oh, come on, man. And he goes, no, you can't do that. And I go, oh, it's funny. Yeah. And he goes, no, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, come on, man. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. And he was like, no. And he made me redo it. And I was like, John, come on, man, have a sense of humor. But I want you to think about this. Kiss now, this is years ahead of you. This is like, they've got decades on you, Kiss does. But they're starting to mellow out, and they're starting to figure out different ways to do their shows. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about this as we go to clip number 2 of Chris Kael.
Okay.
I want you to think about after, down the road, when your body has had enough and you don't want to play rock and roll anymore.
That's today, Craig.
Okay. Starting tomorrow, I want you to think about being a yoga or jazzercise. Here we go. Oh, did we already miss it? You might have missed it. Go back to the first second of this video. Yeah, right there. Jazzercise.
Yep.
Leg kicks. Come on.
It's 17 years of Muay Thai right there, Craig.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Do you have to do a lot of stretching before and after?
After now. Yeah, I do a little bit of stretching before, but after for sure. Otherwise, I'm beat up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, these shows were absolutely amazing. And we've said this before. One of the things that blew my mind as a comedian on these shows is we're in the home of the Minnesota Vikings, and Ivan, your singer, said, how about those Packers? And I was like, ooh, and I'm not even from that part of the country. I know that's a bitter rivalry. Yeah. I was like, because I hear about it when I'm in Wisconsin and when I'm in Minnesota, that they all just motherfuck each other.
Oh, yeah. Like, there was one time when we were playing in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm a huge University of Kentucky Wildcats fan.
Right.
Louisville is our in-state rival. Louisville had just lost a game that kicked them out of playoff contention like the night before. And we're playing at Papa John Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. And Ivan gets on the mic and it's like, hey, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Chris Kael, he's from Louisville. Get up on the mic and say hi. So I walk up and I was like, no. I'm from Lexington. I am not from Louisville. I love Louisville, but I am from Lexington, Kentucky. And let me ask you one thing, Louisville. How about that football game?
Oh,
wow. It was so funny because the crowd was like, yeah, wait a minute. What? What is he saying?
I love that.
So I got a long history of going into Louisville and doing that same Ivan Moody, poking the old demon. The one time that I was polite and respectful in front of a Louisville crowd was at Louder Than Life. It was when Patino had just gotten in trouble with all the recruitment, like bringing kids to like strip clubs and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And I am such a huge Rick Pitino fan. Like, I loved him when he was at the University of Kentucky because he won his championships. It was exciting. A lot of run and gun, a lot of three-point shooting all the time, real high-scoring games. So I love Rick Pitino. And I couldn't bring myself to shit on Rick Pitino that night. So I was just like, hey, I know you expect me to say some stuff right now, but I'm not going to say it. Rick Pitino is good for Kentucky basketball. I feel bad for you guys right now. This is about Kentucky and Kentucky basketball all around. Let's just have a good time. And there was the one time that I held my tongue, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I was grown up in that moment. I think that's the last time that we played Louisville as far as I can remember. So,
dude, I think
get ready because I'm running my mouth next time I'm back. That's right. KSR, baby. Call me back. Let's go.
I think that you're very versatile, man. I watched you do and I would have never had any interest in going to the Punk Rock Museum, but I went with you and I watched you do a tour. And holy shit, not only did I love the Punk Rock Museum, I found myself developing a tremendous amount of respect for the ethos that is punk rock.
Punk rock, absolutely.
The mindset behind punk rock music.
DIY and whatnot.
Dude,
do it yourself.
And not only that, dude, there were so many funny things. I got a couple of clips that I want to run. I have a fairly long one. It's like a minute and a half.
Okay.
Of just you talking about, because in this one room, there's a poster. Oh, I don't know who the band was, but there was a band playing with Kiss. It was like a lineup, and Kiss was on the bill.
Okay.
That's what got me started. I saw Gene Simmons. I was like, I don't know what he's doing. Whatever it is, that's what I want to do. What is that? I want to look like Batman. Oh, yeah, exactly. And if you see any pictures of me on stage, or if we're doing photos later, I guarantee you my tongue will be out in pictures, just like Kiss. You can take the boy out of Kentucky, but you can't take the Kiss out of the boy from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Other cool stuff in this room. Joan Jett's jacket from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
She had just played Vegas that week too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but she was on there. She was in Vegas just recently.
Yep.
And the House of Blues. What else we got in? There's a lot.
I actually had that Ramones poster that's over there. I had that on my wall in my room in Kentucky.
Oh, I remember that poster.
Yeah.
I always saw that poster at Spencer's.
Yeah, that's probably where I got it. Actually, either that or Cut Corner Records back in Lexington.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to see,
Oh, man.
the Ramones.
Yeah, I didn't even
I don't know
know.
the order of the show, but it was Ramones, White Zombie, and Pantera.
Yep.
Oh, I remember that tour.
Yeah.
Back in Kentucky at Louisville Gardens, 91, 92 probably. But to be able to see those guys live and just every song, 1, 2, 3, 4, going right into the song, it was so much fun. And then Pantera.
Yeah, that museum is really, really cool. A lot of cool stuff. Everything from like the Ramones to even Blondie. You got some Motorhead stuff. Yeah,
dude.
The guy that's runs the place over there, Morat, he actually was really good friends with Lemmy and had known Lemmy for years and years and years. Toured around with him. I believe he worked for him as well. And
You know what?
has
We got
some great stuff.
The next clip I have
Oh,
is
nice.
the Lemmy moment with you.
Yes.
I don't want to gloss over the Clash. Clash, yeah, exactly. Clash. Yeah, I'm a heavy metal dude. I love punk rock, but I love heavy metal. I love Motorhead. Got a chance to open up for. They've opened up for us overseas. I forgot about that.
That's crazy.
insane. That's
Absolutely insane.
So if you like the Clash, we got that stuff here.
I like that you got the audio on this too, Craig.
Yeah.
There's actually a band that is warming up in the Pennywise garage right
Yeah,
there.
which I have another video where this is the last video. I'll show.
Okay. Man, look at that bass.
Lemmy and God. Hold on, I'm messing up. I don't want to mess it up.
Wow.
But Lemmy from Motorhead, this is all his actual stuff right here. The Rickenbacker bass, boots, all worn by Lemmy. Jack Daniels, which I'm surprised.
If you end up choking on Carmel in the middle of this episode,
I started having the caramel, and I was like, wait, I'm still on air.
yeah, that will make for the greatest, most viral episode.
Yeah.
The coolest part about this film is that
Oh yeah.
this bullet right here was only given to like his best of friends. Lemmy's ashes are in that bullet. So Lemmy right here in this building with us right
Yep.
here. In that,
And Morat said that he gave that to the museum because he didn't want to like lose it. He was wearing it forever. Morat goes to all the punk rock shows. I just saw him at High on Fire, here in Vegas just a couple of days ago. And yeah, he donated that so he wouldn't lose that bullet necklace in
can pause
a
that
mosh
video.
pit somewhere. I'm really enjoying that keyboard though, man. That sounds nice.
Yeah, Mike Inez, remember Mike Inez saying something about it right after. He goes, dude, check this out. He goes, I got this thing in the mail. And I was like, oh, what is this? And it was from Motorhead's management company. And I was like, oh, cool. Oh, man, Lemmy sent me one of his bullets. And then there was a note in there. It's like, no, that's Lemmy.
Oh yeah.
His ashes. He had his ashes put in 100 bullets or something, or maybe more.
Yeah.
And he had a list of people he wanted those bullets sent to. And it's like, wow, what an unbelievable. Like Mike was so honored to obviously to be able to get that. But the noise that Chris is talking about, and by the way, what we're watching is, I've been aware of this because we've had other friends like Ricky Rackman and some punk rock friends.
Yep. Scott Ian's been in there too.
Has
From
he done
Anthrax.
a tour?
Yep.
Okay. Matt Pinfield has done tours in there. And so what they do is semi-regularly, you can sign up to do the tour of the museum with a famous musician or a famous MTV personality like Matt Pinfield, whoever, or a famous...
Or the person who currently holds the bass for Five Finger Death Punch.
Right. And the who currently holds the bass. But so Chris ended up doing this thing, and I tagged along and just got footage watching him do the thing. There's two things that I loved about this museum. One, and I have footage of it, but I don't want to show it here.
Okay.
Because it's I would actually be giving it away if I showed it here. And it's video footage of who was that band that shit all over the filming of Cheech and Chong's movie. There was a moment in a Cheech and Chong movie where it was supposed to be Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
And Cheech and Chong, I don't know if it wasn't Up in Smoke, but
I think it was that one.
Up in Smoke?
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
I've seen Up in Smoke like...
Is there like a Battle of the Bands in that one?
Up in Smoke is the one I saw over and over again. I don't remember there being a Battle of the Bands in it. But there's a punk rock band. It's not the Germs, is it? I know that.
That's it. Yeah.
Is it the Germs?
It's the Germs. Yeah.
Because Pat Smear, a young Pat Smear, is on guitar in this.
Pat Smear, famously of Foo Fighters and Nirvana.
Yeah. And so this band, a bunch of kids, they're supposed to be part of this Battle of the Bands, and they were intentionally looking for amateur bands. But this band was so amateur that the crowd hated them.
Yeah.
and the singer just walked across a table, and they have it all on film. They have 3 different angles. In total, it's like 7 to 10 minutes. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. As a comedian who enjoys watching other comedians fuck with an audience, watching these guys go out on stage and go, yeah, fuck you guys. And everyone in the audience is trying to be cool because they know they're going to be in a major movie.
Right.
And this band just starts shitting on the crowd by just playing awful. The singer starts kicking drinks off of people's tables.
Yeah. Fighting with his band members.
Yeah, and people in the audience trying to fight him.
Yeah.
Like there's one angle where you see this guy who's trying to be cool with shades on indoors, and he's like, yeah, and he tries to punch the kid.
Yeah.
And they're kids. They're just kids in a punk rock band. Oh man, that was amazing. And the other thing I couldn't believe is they've actually moved all the equipment from Pennywise's garage into the Punk Rock Museum. So this is actually their garage.
The Pennywise garage.
The Pennywise garage. And bands, like musicians, are encouraged to come in and play instruments.
Oh, yeah.
That is Pennywise's garage that they've rehearsed in.
It looks much like the old storage facilities that I played in.
Yes.
Way back in Kentucky back in the day.
I'm
out
saying
there close to Nicholasville, Kentucky, on the drag strip out there.
I'm saying yes because I'm familiar with the band. Like, obviously, I've never been a musician. I've done a lot of coke at these storage unit places where bands perform at and stuff. When I was in Tucson.
Couldn't afford proper rehearsal studios, but man, we could afford some cocaine at those storage facilities. Got to spend the money on the right stuff back then.
Well, it was in Tucson, man. We were just like an hour away from the Mexican border. So I'm actually doing that. Those tours at the museum, I actually donated the money that I made from that to the Vegas Pet Rescue Project. Fans that came out and hired me to do that, give the tours out there, they gave me the opportunity to donate and make a little money for the Vegas Pet Rescue Project here in Vegas, which is a wonderful organization out here doing some much needed work for. I wonder if all this nice stuff about you, like being nice, you brought me Carmel, you're helping out pet rescues. I'm wondering if this is all going to turn into years from now, like 500 people were murdered in Las Vegas by my friend Chris Kael.
Don't sell me short. It's going to be 1,000.
1,000?
You see me behind the wheel.
And I'm going to be the friend that's like, dude, you've murdered 500 people? Get out of here quick and get in the car. Like, come on, man. All right. I know a storage unit you can sleep in. Some friends of mine used to have a band.
Yep. You're going to jail anyway, man. All the cocaine you can do, it's always at these storage places.
Was it anyone I knew? Okay, cool. All right, get out of here. Get on I-15 and get out of here.
Oh, just that one guy. Just that one dude. Yeah.
I didn't like him anymore. Go see us in Cincinnati, Melbourne, Brisbane, Auckland, Green Bay, and Anaheim. All the dates are at getgas.com. Getgas with 2 S's.com. Go see Chris Kael at chriskael.com for all his VIP stuff, which he'll be doing at the shows as well. You can get some pretty cool stuff from Chris directly from him. Shake his hand, say hello. You can actually say hello to Chris Kael at these comedy shows. So come see us on the road, and we'll see you on the next episode with some fun friends.